Hey Frag fam, what is going on? I hope you guys are all doing well today. Elliot here, and welcome back to The Fragrance Well. For today's video subject matter, we are talking about fragrances that smell like money. In other words, this can mean a variety of things. The way I'm gonna approach it is they smell luxurious, they smell upscale, they certainly don't smell cheap, they exude a vibe of accomplishment, success, maybe a level of class. It can mean a number of things. I'm also gonna tie these fragrances I've got for this list to some occasions as well to maybe paint a little bit of a bigger picture. But that's what we're talking about, fragrances that smell like money. In my opinion, just because a fragrance smells like money, it doesn't necessarily mean it has to cost a lot of money. It's all about the vibe more than anything and the quality of it. I do think there has to be a quality barrier if you're gonna talk about something that smells like money, to me at least. Anyway, we have got 8 fragrances for today's video circling around that subject matter, so let's go ahead and get it started. But before we do, as always, please remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you do like the content, and please hit that bell icon and enable notifications so you can be notified when I upload new videos. Let's get into it. All right, guys, we're gonna kick it off today with one coming from Kajal, and that is gonna be Masa. Kajal, Masa. So what you're gonna get from this fragrance here is a fruity patchouli fragrance overall, mixed in with a little bit of a slightly salty aquatic nature. Fragrance smells fresh and fruity and clean with a base of patchouli and clean woods. That's mostly what I get from this scent. The fruity nature of it, think crispy apple and plum. That's kind of what I get from it. I think the listed note is Mirabelle plum. I still don't know exactly what that smells like, but that's the nature of the fruitiness I get from this. For me, first of all, it's coming from the house of Kajal, a fragrance house that puts out quality, luxurious fragrances overall in terms of the vibe that they put off. So that box is already checked. In terms of what I might use this fragrance for, I think this is a do-it-all everyday fragrance that has a more mature, luxurious, upscale fragrance vibe to it, but you can still pretty much use it for just about anything. So as far as occasions go, you name it, this fragrance here will work, but you're gonna have a smell like money vibe with this scent choice. So once again, from Kajal, this is Masa. All right, guys, the next one's gonna be coming from Dior, and this is gonna be Dior Homme Original. Dior Homme Original. Full disclosure as to why I chose to put this one on the list, it's actually just paying homage to the original Irish-based Dior Homme line. The reimagining 2025 version done by Francis Kirk John is coming out now. I know some people have already gotten it or gotten their nose on it. I haven't yet, but frankly, I'm just happy that that iconic line is being continued. It's not just going completely away. So anyway, all that being said, pay some homage to the one that started it all. Now, this is not the original formulation, but it is the original fragrance. First of all, the iris, like I said, the kind of powdery Dior-based iris that spawned so many lovers of it. This one also has some aromatic notes. It's a little bit soapy and clean, along with a little bit of leather in the background and a little bit of sweetness as well. To me, the Dior Homme line already has a luxurious moniker around it. I've always seen it as a fragrance that smells like success, smells like class. It's a very classy fragrance, so it already checks those boxes as well. As far as occasions go, I've always kind of seen the Dior Homme DNA as being a little bit of a special occasion scent DNA, but also something where you're at least dressing semi-casual at best. For me, the original one, actually, I find to be a really good office fragrance. If you dress somewhat casually for work, this is a good choice for that. But I always kind of put the Dior Homme DNA into that realm, but that doesn't mean you can't wear it for other stuff. But that's where I'm gonna place it in terms of occasions for this. But this is a luxurious smelling scent, always has been ever since I was able to get my nose on it, starting with Intense and then acquiring the rest of them. And frankly, I expect the same for the new 2025 reimagined Parfum coming from Francis Kirk John. So once again from Dior, this is Dior Homme Original. All right, moving on. Next one's coming from Savoir Faire, and this is the Whiskey Rose. Savoir Faire, the Whiskey Rose. So what are you gonna get from this scent? Drunken rose, literally. It definitely has whiskey and boozy accords in here. It's a very opulent and rich rose. Not really fruity, not really jammy. It just kind of has this ethereal opulence to it. It's a little bit watery as well. And then making up the base of it, oud-like characteristics along with really a suede-like leather. So it's almost this drunken rose leather fragrance overall. That's what I get from it. This stuff smells super luxurious, definitely high-end. A fragrance that I would pretty much always dress up. In terms of occasions, I'm thinking high-end restaurant, 4-star and up, high-end bar as well, night out occasion where you are definitely dressing to look the part. Not a casual fragrance in my opinion, but it definitely smells upscale, luxurious, mysterious. This fragrance just gives off that vibe of someone who works hard during the day but wants to play at night. So once again, from Savoir Faire, this is the Whiskey Rose. All right, guys, the next one's going to be coming from Christian Provenzano Parfums. This is Massimo. Christian Provenzano Parfums, Massimo. So I do believe this is the first time I've talked about this one on this channel. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I want to do a full review of this one. But basically what this fragrance is a spicy, incensey, resinous fragrance. A little bit of a smoky vibe. The majority of the spice I get is going to be cardamom, kind of similar to the ground cardamom smell, but maybe a little bit smoother than that is. And just this big collection of incensey and resinous notes. A little bit of a cleanliness to it. Smokiness is there, but it's not like ashy or tarry smoky. And once it dries down, it gets a little bit ambery as well. This fragrance smells super luxurious, as I would come to expect from someone like Christian Provenzano. And as you can see the bottle, it gives off that vibe. But this one is luxurious, but also wearable, in my opinion, if you like fragrances in that realm. I would use this for every day. This could be a great work fragrance, especially if you work in an environment where you're dressing up a little bit. But I would use it for pretty much everything else as well. This could be a great night out fragrance, a good leisure fragrance as well. But it smells like money, in my opinion. It smells very high quality, smells of upper class, if you will. So that's why I got this fragrance on the video. Once again, from Christian Provenzano Parfums, this one here is Massimo. All right, so the next one's going to be coming from Amouage, and this one here is Jubilation 25. Amouage Jubilation 25. This is the original eau de parfum. I'd put the extrait on here as well. I just chose to give this one some shine. But this one here is a fruity, kind of in that blackberry / blueberry realm, fruitiness mixing with incense. Dry, slightly smoky incense with dried woods. Stuff smells absolutely royal, in my opinion. It smells like something a king would wear. If a fragrance has that kind of vibe, has that kind of smell to it, I automatically am going to think it smells like money. So that's why this one is on the video. Jubilation 25, everybody may not really see this as something you would wear for anything, but I kind of see this fragrance as a daily wear fragrance, mainly because I can't think of an occasion where this would be inappropriate. I've heard of older formulations being a lot stronger than the newer ones. For me, I think the newer one being maybe a little bit tamed down is what gives it a little bit more wearability, because it's not going to choke everybody out. I've worn this pretty much for any occasion that I've done in terms of just kind of daily usage, and the fragrance worked great for me. I never found it to be too strong, even though it is a little bit of a different scent DNA than most people, at least here in the States, are going to be used to. So that's why I say it's an everyday wear fragrance, because I personally would use it every day. But you know, some people may disagree with that, but in terms of how the fragrance comes across, in terms of it being high quality and something that kind of smells like money, I'd be pressed to see anybody say that this fragrance does not give off that kind of vibe. So once again, from Amouage, this is Jubilation 25. All right, guys, so the next one's going to be coming from Roja Parfums, and this is Isola Blu. Roja Parfums, Isola Blu. All right, so this fragrance here is going to be mainly a citrus fragrance, and think the majority of them. Think mandarin, lemon, lime, grapefruit, all of that kind of combined into a wonderful citrus accord, mixing with lavender and thyme and a few other aromatic touches, with a base of clean woods and musk. This stuff smells amazing to me. I've always felt like this fragrance had a luxurious nature to it. In terms of usability, I would use it for just about anything. It's kind of a work hard and play hard kind of fragrance with an upper class vibe to it. When I say work hard, play hard, smells like someone who dresses nicely for work on somewhat of a regular occasion, but also is on a vacation having a great time, because it does have a little bit of a vacation-y vibe. It has this very bright and airy nature to it. And obviously, as most people would expect for most fragrances from the house of Roche de Parfums, it smells luxurious. That is certainly no different with this one. So once again, from Roche de Parfums, this is Isola Blu. All right, guys, next one's gonna be coming from Xerjoff, and this is gonna be Alexandria II. Xerjoff, Alexandria II. So what do you get from this? It's gonna be apple, cinnamon, lavender, kind of the main three things I get from this, creating a fruity, spicy, slightly aromatic touch, mixing with luxurious woods and amber accords. A little bit of oud in this. I think there's some sandalwood, maybe some cedar in this. There is definitely an amber accord. There's some vanilla to sweeten it up a little bit. I absolutely love the way this stuff smells. I think there's some rose in this as well, but I kind of find the rose to be more of a binder to everything. I don't find that it stands out. All that being said, this fragrance here smells super luxurious, super enjoyable. As far as I'm concerned, in terms of occasions, if you ever just need a fragrance that will always work for any evening occasion, from casual and up, Alexandria II absolutely gives you that. I'm talking banquet, I'm talking dinner, I'm talking a gathering, whatever it is. This fragrance definitely comes across as smelling higher end, upscale, and smells like money. So once again, from Xerjoff, this is Alexandria II. All right, final fragrance for this video is gonna be coming from Parfums de Marly, and we've got Haltane. Parfums de Marly, Haltane. Originally a Harrods exclusive, not so much anymore, but this fragrance here, if you're familiar with the Oud for Greatness DNA, this definitely plays on that. I have Witty and Liwa, and I actually, now that I smell this now, think this is actually maybe a little bit closer to Liwa. The Oud for Greatness DNA, it's spicy, saffron heavy with dried woods in the form of like oud and, other cleaner woods with a little bit of a muskiness to it. While this one here plays a little bit more into the aromatic nature, combining with that saffron and dry woodiness. So lavender is a strong player in this one, while Liwa is a little bit more florals like geranium and jasmine. All that being said, I think anything that is close to that Oud for Greatness DNA, whether it's the original one or not, is irrelevant. That's a luxurious smell, in my opinion. It smells upscale. It does not smell typical, if you will. And as far as I'm concerned with Haltane, probably the most masculine take on that DNA, and I think you can use this for pretty much anything. Daytime activities, evening activities, you will smell luxurious, smell upscale with the scent DNA, in my opinion. So once again, from Parfums de Marly, this one here is Haltane. All right, guys, that is gonna wrap it up for this video. If you've got fragrances that you think make you smell a little bit more luxurious, smell like money, smell like success, whatever that means to you, put them down in the comments below, because I would love to see what you guys have to say. So thanks again for watching all the way into the end. I really do appreciate you all. Please remember to be well and smell well. And I will see you in the next episode of The Fragrance Well. Have a good one.